Hey guys, Kamina the coach here on December the 31st of 2023, and I'm sending so much love to all of the displaced adult and children out there. So my name is Kamina the coach. If you're new to this channel, I have been working and living abroad for over a decade. In 2020, I went back to the United States due to COVID and was forced to really aggressively start addressing some early childhood trauma, especially trauma related to my adoption. And so on this channel, you'll find a mixed bag of videos related to working and living abroad, healing trauma, living a better, more full, whole life. And so this video specifically, like I started out, is to my soul brothers and sisters in the adoption community, or really any way that you are connected to this. And so I want to end 2023 with a message of like love and inspiration for you as you move along on your journey. And I've just been getting this message over and over and over again. Adoption just keeps coming up and keeps coming up everywhere I look. There has been this adoption, adoptee, adoption, adoptee. I'm a late discovery adoptee, transracial adoptee, just all these, it's just everywhere. So most recently, so I am also an energy practitioner, among other things. And so recently I had been very avoidant, but I've stumbled across Tyler Henry. What a special medium he is. And his mother is a late discovery adoptee and has a very similar history to mine. And I so relate to their journey and to their pain. And similar in that, so let me run down this stuff. So she's a sort of a transracial adoptee. I think that her mother must have been, the woman who adopted her must have been biracial. So growing up with a black brother and a black sister, so opposite from me. I was adopted by white people. A really hard, horrible, traumatic past, not really being loved by the family that, her brother and sister, but not really being loved by the person that adopted her. Not finding out until much later in life that she was adopted. Her adoptive mother killed someone, similar situation. It was just so many parallels that I just had to stop the show and meditate. That's how many, and I had to commune with my spirit guides and turn a card to get some answers on what I needed to do. I reached out to Tyler. I probably won't hear back from him. I joined his Facebook page. Hundreds of thousands of people reaching out to this young man because he's got an amazing gift. Why did I reach out? So in my journey, like I said, I went back to the United States March of 2020 and began my reunion journey the end of March, the end of 2020. So 2021, actually finding my biological family and finding out that my biological father had died before I had an opportunity to meet him. My biological grandmother having died before I had an opportunity to meet her as well. Finding out my father's trauma and my family's trauma, very deep stuff. My dad carried a lot of, it's just obvious from his background, looking at his background, how much trauma he carried with him. And so the only thing I really take from him is his message from his record that I needed to seek the healing in any way that I possibly can, so that I do not leave this plane as tragically as he did. I love you, Daddy. So it's really hard for me. So I don't think that it would have been beneficial for me to have met him, to be honest. He was never really a father to any of my siblings. On his side, I do have a sister and three brothers. One who was born in the Philippines, who we believe is in the United States. So, watching this, and so Tyler has come across some other adoptees. He's worked with a genealogist, and I'm wondering, so my father was an outside child, and just kind of questioning, do I need to do another DNA test or get in another DNA group and find my father's father? Do I need to find my brother? And so this morning, again, we're in December 31st of 2023. So this morning, before I got up, I did an energy cleanse, and then I did a meditation where I went to Source, and I just spent some time in Source, and I came back feeling so grounded. I feel so, and these are happy tears, I feel so humbled and held and grateful. And a lot of people don't like to hear the grateful adoptee. Not grateful for having been adopted, but grateful that I did the work. And that's the message of this video, that 2021 was hard for me. Reunion was hard for me. It was hard, really, really hard. And I listened to a woman adoptee say that she had some physical on Who Am I Really, the podcast about adoptions and adoptees and reunion. And I listened to a woman say that she had some physical ailments when she was going through reunion because it was so traumatic. And I actually had another adoptee connection who actually went to the hospital from the overwhelm, the physical overwhelm of reunion. And when we don't process trauma, it's stored in the body. And wow, I had so much. And so entirely grateful to the intestinal fortitude to continue to drive on, to push through that anguish, and continue on, to seek out alternative means of healing, to have the truths that I know be reaffirmed in my journey, knowing that coming back to that, there's no separate, that we're all of the same thing, finding plant medicine that gave me the release inside of me that I needed, the ego disillusionment, to see my pain for what it truly was, to be able to forgive myself, to be able to forgive the others that are involved. I've heard people say that they're healed. For me, there's so many layers. I think that for me, it will always be a journey, and that there will always be some traces of it. There was just so much. And in my past lives as well, been so much. So I hold so much with me, but also amplifying my power and how full of light I am for others, and how sharing my story and my experience gives hope and light and inspiration to others. And I used to resent that, honestly, but now I'm so honored. That's the grateful part. Grateful to come to a place where I can share the story and the message with pride and with a certainty to those who are suffering and in pain, to say that if you push through, that there is light, that there is love, and it's not out there, it's It's in here. Everything that's out there is already in here, and that everything that you need is in here. But you have to be brave enough to go in. You have to be brave enough to put down the drink, turn off the phone, turn off the TV, disconnect from the friend group, and be with yourself. Be with the messages that need to come. And maybe you need some help from outside. A therapist never worked for me. Alternative medicine is what worked for me. Spiritual guidance, energy workers is what worked and is working for me. That's what worked for me. But whatever it takes, having the courage and the intestinal fortitude to find it is everything. I'm in a state of peace and gratitude that I didn't think would ever be possible, ever. And if this message reaches one person, if this message changes just one life, one precious life, because your life is connected to absolutely everything. So if my pain and suffering changes one life, then it was all worth it and nothing was in vain. And I have nothing more except for that's everything. That was my only message. Like, do the work and keep looking. And it may be that a therapist is not the answer. It may be that yoga or kickboxing isn't the answer, but there is an answer. There's a solution out there for you to come back to yourself, to come back to your body, even when it feels uncomfortable to be inside your body. Before I started this work, I couldn't even take a deep belly breath. My trauma was so intense inside of my body. Being inside of your body, feeling the everything inside of this vessel is really, truly the answer. And being able to look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself and mean it, I love you. It's everything. It's everything. I don't feel like I need to find anything else. I don't feel like I need to find my dad's father or his family. I don't feel like I need to find my biological brother. He may need to find me, and I may feel called to do that one day, to give him the peace, to share with him some of that peace. But I know that I don't need it to be whole. And that's something really amazing. I used to really, really feel like I needed a spouse and children, and I don't need that to be whole. I'm whole. So there is hope. There is a way. My way may not necessarily be your way. If you're curious about my way, I've definitely chronicled it all on this channel. So happy 2024. There's hope. You woke up this morning, there's hope. And so as always, I'm sending you so much love, so much light, peace, and joy. Until next time, my name is Kamina the Coach. I'm out. Peace.